Officer, if you can close the door when everybody's out, that'd be good. All right. Next on the agenda, J, resolutions. What's that? Oh. My God, you're right. Thank you, Mr. Manager. There is no quorum. Look to the right of me, look to the left. You still have time to... They gotta be in the men's room. Or ladies' room. Restrooms. Huh? He said, really? First time they go back.
Yeah, Chief Clark.
Yeah, now they're on the time. Okay, all right. Mr. Manager's taking
Was, I went the wrong way.
all right. Okay, well, let's resume if we could. J in resolutions, Mrs. George.
Resolution appointing Richard Paul Sullivan to the Planning Commission.
Okay, can take a vote together, or do we approve them one at a time? All
I
right.
have a couple questions.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we appoint Richard Pacelli to the planning.
that's a motion made.
I'll second.
Second,
I do have some questions.
and questions?
I guess my question is a bit about procedure. It's not necessarily to do with the, right now, with Mr. Pacelli, because we had 4 or 5 candidates for this position, and I wondered what happened to some of the, there was a candidate I'd never even heard about that I saw his application online.
I don't know. If there's a deadline for application when it came before council.
Okay, well, we didn't interview everybody, right? We had 2 interviews out of the 4.
It's for people who wanted to or invited who showed up for the interviews.
Right,
Good make it.
I understand, but I guess, Mr. Gorham, I'd like to know, maybe you should ask this question, I'd like to know if before we appoint, are any of the council members a customer of Richard's Oil?
You're asking me?
Or should I just ask the question?
Um,
I mean, as our solicitor, I thought maybe, I'll put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot. I don't know.
whether they're a customer of Richard's Oil.
Is that relevant?
Would that make a difference?
Well,
We have 3 or 4 oil companies we could buy from. I mean, I'm not a
I'm just
customer,
asking a
however.
question because I have 2
I don't think it
questions.
matters because you're buying from him.
Okay, I'm just going to,
And
my
in the
issue of
interest
how we
disclosure,
selected,
I'm a customer of Richard's
okay,
Oil.
no, but you're not voting,
All right, but I'm giving you advice.
okay?
But my advice is that I don't think it matters if someone buys from him.
Okay, how about
I don't have any-
if he's helping with campaign signs and stuff, or any re-elections of current council members?
I don't
Say
think
he
that's
skips it.
germane.
Okay,
Um,
because
I think-
my other question is, within 24 hours of this appointment, which was done in executive session, I had people calling me asking me if this was to confirm it, and I thought when things happen in executive session, kind of like Las Vegas, they stay there, because the minutes are sealed.
Well, according to the charter, this council is without authority to act in executive session. So to the extent that
We
the
don't vote.
council tried to make an appointment in a closed session, it would be a nullity.
Okay. Just wanted to put that out there.
All right, questions addressed, motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, 3-1. Before the swearing in, do we go to the next one, I think? Would that be advisable, because we'll bring them up together? Number 2, resolution, Mr. George.
Resolution reappointing Norma Smith and Travis Manfred to the Historic District Commission.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. All righty. So, Mr. Smith, are you here tonight? Yes, there you are, I'm sorry. That big gentleman, Mr. Crossman, I blocked my vision. I couldn't see.
Whoa! That hurt.
Oh, big is good.
I couldn't see
Big
red
is
color
good.
shining off your head.
Is that in the minute? That's gonna be in the minutes next time.
That's not good. Yes, and Mr. Manford and Mr. Pacelli, please. It can be good, you know, Mr. Crossman, unless you take it personal.
I apologize. That's not taken personally. And I
I
don't want you to take it personally.
always like to be known as big, you know.
Picked on him, she almost picked on him.
All right.
Once you
Just
step
mind,
in.
if you could all raise your right hand, I know it's been an interesting evening. Do you solemnly swear that you will be true and faithful to the state, support the laws and constitution thereof, and that you will well and truly execute the duties and responsibilities as a member of the Planning Board and the Historic District Commission for the term which you were appointed, or until another be engaged in your place, so help you God. Congratulations and thanks for continued interest. Oh, you can do the line if you want. Do you know these people? Thanks.
I know it's.
Good, we're on to the second page. All right. Mrs. George, number 3 on resolution.
Resolution
Number 9.
approving the award of the contract for road repair.
Okay, Mr. McGee and Mr. Tebow? Just Mr. McGee. I think you're coming up in tandem.
I couldn't crawl over.
Okay. Mr. Waters, you obviously have that before us, and would you like Mr. McGee to expound on it?
I would like to say that this resolution is the result of a competitive bid process that Mr. McGee oversaw, and the recommendation is in the resolution, which Mr. McGee will explain.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. McGee.
We had this advertised for bid. We sent out 6 packages and we received 5 bids back. So we had all but one local contractor, asphalt manufacturer, bid on the project. The town engineer, Bob Doyle, and myself both independently reviewed the bids and came up to the same recommendation. The lowest qualified bid is what's before you for T. Miozzi and Sons in the amount of $1,022,184.80. They just completed a $2.5 million project with minimum punch list items. I believe 3 out of the $2.5 million project is extending circumstances for that. So we feel that they're very much qualified, and we look forward to finishing this year's asphalt season, another 30 roads to be paved.
Kevin, this is coming out of the infrastructure bond
It is.
from 2014, correct? So can we get an updated breakdown of how the money's,
Absolutely.
you know, I'm sorry,
We have that available, I can have the email.
balance and what we've spent, who,
You
you
can
know, the
email,
projects?
I can have that emailed to you tomorrow.
That's great, thank you. And who were the other five, or who were the other four?
Sure. The bidders were Narragansett Improvement, which came in at $1,528,872. T. Miozzi was $1,022,000. J.H. Lynch was $1,348,000. Cardy was $1,092,281, and D'Ambra was
I'm sorry,
$1,161,000.
who was the last one?
D'Ambra,
Oh, Dan.
and Pastorak was the only other company that had asked for the bid package, received it, but did not bid.
Oh, they actually did bid, or they didn't?
No, they did not bid. They asked for the package, but they did not bid.
Okay. Well, they do most of their stuff in Connecticut. Okay.
Motion to
Any
approve.
questions?
Second.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
thank you. All right, next we have the letter K. This is George.
It's an appointment of town council member District 5 pursuant to section 3.06 of the town charter, filling vacancy effective immediately.
Mr. President, if I may?
You may.
Thank you. I'd just like to read a little something. On July 25th, 2016, Councilwoman Duxbury announced her resignation. That night, she and others implored the council not to appoint a replacement for District 5. This would be in direct violation of the town charter, section 3.06, which states that the council shall be filled for the unexpired term by a qualified elector of the same district, if the vacancy shall occur less than 6 months prior to the next general election. The effective date of the councilwoman's resignation was July 28th, 2016, which is 103 days from election day, which is clearly less than 6 months. The charter does not disqualify a declared candidate from being appointed to the seat. Mr. Madonna is the only candidate that expressed his interest to me, personally anyway, in being appointed to the council if we saw fit to appoint him. Mike Madonna has proven himself to be an excellent public servant that I think would be a great choice and serve the people of District 5 very well. However, in the spirit of bipartisanship and good service to all, I ask the council to support a person that has been involved in public service throughout town for many years. He has twice been a member of the Charter Review Commission and is actually the catalyst behind section 2.07 of our charter, nonpartisan elections, and who will honorably fulfill the unexpired term in District 5. I make a motion to appoint Wayne Aslan to the District 5 seat for the remainder of the term. And unfortunately, Mr. Aslan is unable to be here this evening.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Can I ask a question? As usual, I know.
Go right ahead.
There is precedence for not filling the seat this close to an election. In 2008, there was a vacancy in District 4 that was not filled, even though they had 2 applications. And in 2014, we had 4 applications, and everybody was interviewed. Now, I apparently I kind of must be out of the loop on this one, because I didn't know Mr. Asselin had even applied. I didn't know anybody applied. I
Didn't apply, I'm
didn't see.
simply appointing him, or asking for making a motion to appoint him.
Well, I don't
He's a qualified
understand.
elector in District 5.
I understand that, and he's a great guy, and I think he's done a great job on the charter review commissions that he served on, especially the 2.07 with the nonpartisan election, but I don't understand how we came to this conclusion. Did everybody have a foreknowledge of this?
I've had discussions you
With
know,
other
with
council
Mis-
members?
with Mr. Aslan,
Yeah,
and asked him if he would be interested, and the other council people may have or may not have. I'm making the motion that he be appointed.
I'm just asking if everybody, were other council members
I'm
informed?
saying that
So that's
Mr.
not a yes,
Aslan-
that's
that
just a
Mr.
yes or no
Aslan-
question.
Yeah,
Greg.
yeah. I'm saying that I had discussions with Mr. Aslan, and Mr. Aslan, and told him if he was interested to have discussions with other council people. And he may or may not have, I don't know.
Well, in all good conscience, and it has nothing to do with Wayne, because I admire Wayne a lot. I think it should be up to the District 5 voters.
Yeah.
And not
And it will,
town
and
council.
it will be in November.
Well, it
Our
will
town
be, but
council-
we've only
our
got
town-
3
Our town
meetings
charter is
left.
clear. Mr. Solicitor,
But we did not
is our
appoint
town charter
Joyce
clear on
before.
this?
What's the difference? We didn't do it in 08 and 14. What is
I don't care about
The
that.
difference is you did not follow the town charter, that's the
Yeah,
difference.
that's
All
exactly
right,
right.
yeah.
Well, they
That's-
did
that's-
interviews and they
Absolutely.
did
There we go.
have applications.
all
This
right.
time we had nothing. No process.
Shallow
No
point.
process. I understand the
There
shallow
is no
point. I have
process
my
articulated.
charter right here, Glenn.
Right, there is
And
no
I know
process.
it always says the charter is
articulated.
the Bible and the Constitution of the town.
There is,
I'm just
Right.
asking why this has to happen when it didn't happen twice before. And if it does happen, why didn't we have due process with applications and people who might have been interested? Now, I understand it was in the Times, the Reminder, and on the website, and the 2 chairs who happened to be here this evening from our town political parties were both notified, but I don't think they were asked for names and applications.
right. I personally didn't ask for applications.
Well, our manager probably would have had to done that.
Doesn't require us to
It
ask.
doesn't.
I understand, but I think in all
Mr.
fairness,
Mr. President, is a motion on the
Yeah,
floor, please?
you made your questions.
No.
There's a
are you
motion
shutting me
made.
down, Glenn?
No, motion made and seconded.
Right, and we
Right.
have discussion after it's made and seconded.
No.
Basically, that's it. You discussed your questions. Any other discussions?
Yeah, I don't think this is
All
right.
right, you said that. What else?
Oh, I am not even going there.
I disagree with you.
I know you
Mrs.
do, Glenn, you
Carlson.
usually do.
All right. All right,
That's fine.
motion made and seconded to fill District 5 as per the charter requirement, as shall. This council, why it didn't get done in 08 or 2013 or 14, whatever. I wasn't on the council at that time, and I wasn't
And I was
president.
asking Mr. Gorham for,
All right, the motion's made and seconded. Mr. Gorham has told us clearly it's a requirement that it shall, no may,
I'm talking
no
about the
if.
process. I'm asking about the process.
All in
of
favor?
filling.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I,
All right, 3-1. Next. Mrs. George, please.
This is first reading of a portion, it's a petition for an abandonment of a portion of Tamar Street and Lambert Street.
Okay. We have the application before us. Is the applicant here tonight? What? Hello. Yes. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Mr. Shipman.
If you could just, for the record, both of you,
Mike
They
Sikorsky,
know-
405 Cuyahoga Avenue.
all right.
John Studley, 47 Indian Trail Avenue.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. President.
Yes,
real
Mr.
quick,
Waters.
This is just going to be referred to planning.
Introduction,
Yep.
referred to planning. Any council persons have questions, or would you like, gentlemen, to make any statements regarding the
No, we just,
application?
I make a motion to refer this to planning.
Okay, motion made to refer to planning, second. All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Thank you.
The ayes have it. Good luck.
Have a good evening.
All right, M. Mrs. George, M, please.
This is an introduction of an ordinance, it's an amendment to the zoning ordinance, rezoning Assessors Plat 53, Lot 26, which is 1320 Main Street, from Industrial 1 to Planned Development.
Thank you. And
We get explanation on
The
that?
enabling statute says it shall be referred to planning immediately, so.
that's basically it then.
So this is a motion to refer this one to planning as well. Okay.
Do we have a
So
motion?
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That's 12. And number 2, Mrs. George, on ordinance M.
This is also an introduction, it's an amendment to the Code of Ordinances, adding chapter 205, clothing collection bins.
Again, is this just for a first reading of this? Okay, so we're sending this to advertise, is that what we're doing? Or-
Yep.
Okay. Motion to send this to advertise.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those are all right. Off to advertising it goes. It's number 13. And, okay, N is public hearing. So, at this time, I'll entertain a vote to go into open motion to public hearing.
So moved.
And second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we are in public hearing at this time. Is the applicant present at this time? Okay. This is the new second-hand license.
Maureen Brady, 209 Shady Valley Road.
Paul Vernier, 209 Shady Valley Road.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the information we have before us and what you want to do and
Yeah, we're an interior design service that does restoration, refinishing, repurposing new old items into new items. We have a place right now on Main Street. We're looking to move up the road a little bit because our lease is up, and we're looking for a bigger place. We're expanding into more restoration and repurposing of different items. So we're changing everything over to the new address. We'd like to, which is
Okay.
790
790
Washington Street, just up the road from our town line. We've been in business about a year. We're at the location we're at now.
Where's 790?
What's that?
It's right across from the
Jeff?
Baptist church.
oh, Baptist
Across from
Church.
Oh,
Nadio
oh,
Baptist.
Nadio
Not
that little
over,
brick building.
what is it? Yeah.
Okay.
Used to be a pharmacy or something.
And currently, you're located across from, what is it?
Just
Just
Our
off-
building.
Just, yeah, 1112 Main Street. The building is actually too small. We're looking for a bigger building. The lease was up, so we decided we want to move up. We're expanding a little bit, so we'd like to change the name to a different name also.
Okay, now, you Mr. Berninger?
Yes.
And you please again?
Maureen Bernier.
And so you're co-owners? Owners?
Right.
Co-owners?
Yeah, husband and wife, co-owners. She's the boss of everything.
Okay.
Now, is this a new application or renewal?
This
No,
is
it's
a
a new
renewal.
one. The old partnership was under Suzanne Sosa, my sister. She no longer wants to continue with the business, so Maureen and I are continuing with the business. She lives in Bristol, she doesn't want to travel back and forth.
Can I ask the chief a question?
Colonel.
We got this evening, trying to decipher what the issues are.
There's an arrest.
It looks new,
A recent arrest?
right?
Yeah, there was an incident, the sister, who no longer wants to be in the business, basically walked out, there was an argument. She ended up calling the police on me, and they took me in custody for an argument, brother and sister argument, nothing,
Chief, would you like to comment? 'Cause-
So he does have a court date on
Wednesday, actually.
Section 24 to go to court to stand trial for the incident. So domestic, he and his sister at the business.
At the
It was
business.
domestic,
Yeah,
disorderly.
yeah.
So there was a warrant, there was a failure to appear that was taken, he worked it out with the legal department, they set a date for the 24th.
She basically wanted out, left us high and dry, so we got a little argument for a couple of weeks.
Can I ask how long you've been in business?
This is the first year.
Just the first
This
year.
is the first year.
So you hope to continue?
Yeah,
the second
actually,
year?
it's expanding into 2 other phases, the repurposing and refinishing of antiques. She's no longer part of
Yep,
it.
I understand. All right, well,
Chief, I'm kind of perplexed because this is brand new and then Wednesday's your court date.
Yeah, it was
I-
last, yeah.
Don't feel comfortable, but I know it's been a great business, but this is worrisome to me.
They
That,
had to move the date
They
because
they
his
bumped the
mom
date
passed
back.
away.
My mom passed on that prior Wednesday, so
Oh,
I had to
sorry.
bump, they had to bump the court date till the 24th.
you know, even if convicted, it's
She's
a
on a job,
domestic,
she's on a job charge.
it's a misdemeanor and,
It was a stupid argument.
yeah, I understand how things can
Most
go in
are.
family, and especially with family, you know, hardships, sure. You have any questions? Lance?
This public hearing open, so if.
Okay, public hearing is open. Anybody like to come forward on this request for a new change in ownership? One new person anyhow, and a new location on this business. Anybody? Yes, Mr. Jackson, if you could just step aside. Question?
Ken Jackson, 27
Yep.
Marion Hockney Walk. I think this is, you know, I really can't see the domestic having any impact. I'd give these people a chance. I mean, they're a new business, they're trying to help the community.
Okay,
well, it
Thank you.
seems to have been a good business so far.
Yeah.
Lovely start for him.
Any other comments regarding this matter at hand?
Motion to close public hearing.
Okay,
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck to you and
Thank you.
smooth sailing.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda, open it up finally, public comment. Public comment, we just heard from you. Yes, Mrs. O'Gorman. Good evening.
Good evening, Council. Stacy O'Gorman, 31 Elton Street. Tonight, I'm sending a copy of the legal complaint filed by Denise and Derek Anepo and the Town of Coventry's legal answer and counterclaim regarding 25 East Shore Drive and the public right-of-way at Middle Road. I'm not going to go into all the legal details of the complaint and counterclaim, as I'm sure taxpayers know how to read legal documents. However, if the taxpayers have any questions, they can email Graham Waters, and I'm sure he'll respond to your email in a professional manner. I want the public to know that this action has been filed in Superior Court, and if the public would like a copy of the legal documents regarding Middle Road public right-of-way, they can go to the Town of Coventry's website and download the records request form for the documents. Thank you.
Thank you. Public comment, anyone else? Yes. Name and address, please.
Chris Daniels, and it's 26 Elton Street in Coventry. I'd like to again talk about the right-of-way at the end of my street. The right-of-way at the end of my street is the Elton Street right-of-way. As you know, there's been many obstructions this summer, including many parties that you can't get by to use the right-of-way. The right-of-way is important to all of us. I moved there because I like to kayak, I like to use the water. We're all being bullied not to use it. There are several other right-of-ways that are unusable in my neighborhood, including the Middle Road right-of-way. which if you try and use it, you'll have the police called upon you. There's now an invisible dog fence on that right of way. Several times this summer, I've tried to use the right of way and couldn't because of obstructions, parties. I've even been chaperoned. I was actually escorted to the water, watched the entire time I was there, and escorted back out when I was done. I really like this address, and so would all the neighbors. There's now an invisible dog fence, and it seems to me that her dog now has more rights than we do. Please consider helping out the neighborhood. We would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Mr. Jackson?
Normally, I wouldn't talk about this. But tonight, I saw Karen talk down twice. This has occurred before. She has the same rights as anybody else sitting up there. I would ask you to start treating her with respect. Tammy had the same problem. Please stop talking down to her.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Come on.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it.